Hi everyone, welcome to Ask Nehru Angular tutorial series. In this video, I am going to discuss about forms in Angular. In Angular, we have two different forms. One is reactive forms and another is template driven forms. So I will have a separate video about template driven forms later, but in this video, I am going to focus on reactive forms. Okay, the reactive forms, this is the basic syntax of the reactive forms. Then we will have a form control and also the relevant variable, and we will assign the variable in the template, and we will have a form control also there. Okay, and then we will discuss about untouched, touch. These are all status of the form control. Okay, and pristine, dirty, valid and invalid. So these are all six essential things you should know whenever you are going to deal with the forms. Okay, so in one of my previous video, I mean in the service video, I have promised that I would have a separate video on CRUD operations. But before doing CRUD operations, it's essential to understand about forms, because forms are the fundamentals to do CRUD operations. Okay, I request you to subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit the like button if you like this video. And see guys, now let's jump into the tutorial. See, my Angular application is running on locally, and whenever I make a video, I generally don't erase all the code. I keep the code in the repository for your reference. You can take advantage of it. I give the link in the description of this video. Okay, now let's go here, and this is our application. It is running on. Okay, I expand it. So generally I keep two different terminals. One terminal is to run the application, other terminal is to create components, services, directive, pipes, etc. Okay, so now quickly I create a form. Okay, nggc reactive form. Okay guys, it's created quickly. Nice. Then we quickly give the router for that. So the nav bar, so I just make a copy of the already existing route. I give reactive, and here also I would say reactive form component. Okay, then I copy this reactive and go to the app.route.ts. So within the routes array, I create another path. I paste the same reference of the router link, and I would say reactive form. Okay guys, that's all. I saved it, and you see it's regenerated. Now let's go here to the application. You see reactive form components has come. I quickly click it. You see the reactive form works. That means in the template, you see reactive form works. Okay, here I'm going to create a simple form guys. So how to make simple HTML form? You can use any kind of forms guys, PrimeNG form or Metal Angular form or any other third-party module. You can use it. Okay, but now I use simple HTML form. Okay, further you would create a label. The name of the label is for first name, and then we will have a input text. Okay, so in the input text, this id should have the same value as in the for. Okay, and I remove this, and I create a reactive form here. For that, the basic syntax is form control. Okay guys, actually there are other concepts also. For example, form group is there, and form control name, form group name. So these are all some we will progress towards it guys, because this is the essential. First understand this concept so that you will understand that very well. Okay, so this one I give the name as reactive form. Okay, you can give any name as you like. It gives error guys, don't worry about the error. It is because we have not imported the relevant modules. So what I do here, first of all, I import in the TypeScript, in the imports array, I would say reactive forms module. You see guys, reactive forms module I imported. Okay, see guys, as soon as I imported, one error has gone. Okay, note down guys, whenever you use ng model, that is as a two-way data binding model, we will import forms module. Here, whenever you use form control name, form group, okay, there we should use reactive forms module. Okay, okay guys, now we take this reactive form and come here. So within the class I paste it, and I would say new form control. Okay guys, new form control, and initially we set the value empty. Okay, so initial value is empty. You see guys, the form is created. Okay, but I also want one more thing. Here we should give the name. Okay, let it be first name. Okay, I should also follow some grammatical rule. Okay, first name has been created guys. So next we will create sorry. Okay, next we will set initial value guys. So now there is no initial value. See guys, actually here we have initiated with empty value. Okay, now instead of empty value I simply give some value. It's a simple value, hi I have given. So what happens here, you see guys, hi is being set here. So whenever we want to set the value initially itself, we can give this. This is a predefined value we can give using this initial setting value. Okay guys, the next one, if you want to update the existing value, we can also give another thing. Okay, for example, programmatically you want to set the value later on. So initially the value which we set will be there, and we can also set some other value. For example, I create a button. The button is update value, and in the click function I would say update value, and I copy this method and paste it within the class. Okay guys, so just like other variables, we can't directly assign the value. Okay, for example, you can't directly give some value. Okay, so it's not a valid scenario because it's an object ultimately. Therefore this object has a method. The name of the method is set value. Okay, so here we say we can assign the updated value. Okay, set value accepts hello. See guys, I just saved it. You see, initially it is high, but when I click update, you see guys, the value is updated here. Okay, so later programmatically we can assign values or set values. Now what I do guys, I remove this value, let it be there. Okay, so let it be empty value itself. Now guys, while I type this, I want to print the value in the DOM. Okay, for that what I do, this is the reactive form, this is the variable which we have. Okay, so below the button I create a paragraph tag, and also with the text interpolations I take this and dot value. Okay, this is an object. Within the object we have value, so value we print it. Okay, so it is refreshed. I go here, you see guys, as I type here it is being printed here. Okay, hi everyone. Okay, so just like in the ng model, it's a two-way data binding, right? When we type something in the form, it reflects back. Similarly, this also a powerful method to reflect back. Okay, using this we can reflect it back. Okay, what if we want to print it here itself, I mean in the TypeScript itself? So it's very easy guys, ng on init lifecycle hook. Okay, we take this dot reactive form and there is a observable called value changes. Value changes is an observable. So if there is an observable, if you want to observe the value, then we should take subscribe, and also next. So within the next, we will print the data. Okay. So whenever we type something, the value is changed. Okay. It observes the changing value, and we can print the value here, and based on that we can perform some operations. We can call some other method based on some conditions. Okay. You see guys, for that I want to inspect and show the console, and let me keep it side by side. Okay. See guys, I type here hi everyone. See, simultaneously we are printing the value in line number 20. Okay, what is line number 20? It's nothing but that value changes, line number 20. So we are printing it. Yes, we are able to, with the same reactive form object, we are able to show here as well. We are to show here as well. Okay guys, this one thing guys, this value changes. Okay, now I'm gonna show you about some other things, like, just a minute, expand it again. Now we will come to know about touched, untouched, pristine, dirty, valid and invalid. First of all, we read about it. What is untouched? The form control has not been focused or clicked into. Has not been focused means we are not doing anything on the form. We are not clicking the form. Okay. Touched means we focused on the form or we clicked the form. Okay. Okay. And then pristine means we don't make any changes on the value. Okay. And dirty means we made changes in the form. And we have valid and invalid scenario. Valid means there are multiple kinds of validation guys. For example, required, that means user must give some value, and we can set minimum length, maximum length, and there are many other validation features guys. So if this validation is given, if it fulfills all the validation rules, then it will be true, otherwise it will be false. Okay. And invalid means it will be true if it is invalid, it will be false if it is valid. Okay. So this also we are going to see here. Okay. So we will display everything here, we will display all the statuses. How I'm going to do? So what I do, I create some ul, here li, here I would say first untouched, and here we will have a reactive form, the same reactive form which we have here, and we will have touched, pristine, dirty, valid and invalid. Whatever we have seen, we have given here. See guys, initially it says untouched is true, and we have touched is false. Pristine means true. You see, pristine, that means we have not made any changes here. Okay, when we don't make any changes, it says true. If we make any changes, it will be false. Okay. Dirty means when we make changes, it will be true. When we don't make any changes, it will be false. Valid means we should give some validations, only then it will be true. Now it is saying valid because we have not given any validations. So for that I want to give some validations. Okay. Where should I give? I should give here. Okay. After the initial value, we should give validators dot required. That means user must give some value. It should not be kept empty. Okay. You see guys, valid is false now. So these are the initial values. Invalid is true. That means it is invalid because user has not given anything. But you will notice guys, the value will change gradually. Okay. When I click this, nothing changes. okay, because it has not, DOM has not observed. But when I click outside, you see guys, untouched become false. That means I have already touched it. User has already touched it. See guys, the touched value was false, now it is true. And Preston also says true. Okay, but I know Preston doesn't changed. Dirty also not changed. Okay, we have not changed the value. But valid becomes false because it's not a valid scenario. So what I'm going to do, I click it and I type hi. See guys, as soon as I say hi, see guys, here pristine becomes false because we have touched it. So pristine becomes false. It was true earlier, now it is false. Dirty become true because dirty means we make some changes. Therefore, dirty become true. And see guys, the valid is true now because we have typed something. We have not kept it empty. So as per the validations, we have given validator is required. That means we have given something. Okay. Therefore, valid is true and invalid is false. Yes, actually based on this, you can perform multiple operation guys. Okay. So I also going to introduce other things as well. Okay. This is the advantage of reactive form. So people generally used to say reactive form means complex, but generally uh, complex means more feature guys. We should think in that way. That means more features are there. For the beginners, it seems complex, but it's not complex. It is more feature. Okay, that's all. Now we have this value changes, right? Then here, if you want to print, see here we are able to see everything. Similarly, we want to perform some actions in the TypeScript, in the component TypeScript based on this status. So how to do that? Okay. So first we focus on the status, valid or invalid. Okay. For that, this dot reactive forms. So this reactive forms also possess an another observable called status changes. Okay. The syntax are as good as we make it for valid change. Okay. Next console log, here I would say status. Okay. Here also I make it status. Here also I make status. So status means this observes this validators guys. If initially it is invalid, okay, but when we make some changes it will be valid. Okay. See guys, I want to make it side by side so that what is going on the component level we can see them. Okay. So I click it. Initially it is invalid is true, but when I make some changes, you see guys, it says valid. The status is valid. Okay, initially it is invalid guys. That's how we have to understand. Okay, when it is valid, then we will perform some actions. We can call some functions here, or we can perform some actions based on the valid or invalid. Also here also we can make in the console. Okay, here also we can make something like, because if here multi-line, we should give this bracket, curly brace bracket. So here we will have this dot reactive form dot valid. Okay, this will return true or false guys. Valid, this will return true or false. I remove them. Valid and invalid. Here also I would say invalid. Okay guys, here also we can check the scenario. See guys, I type some value. See, it is giving the status. Okay, status is valid. So valid is true. and invalid is false. So based on that, you can perform some actions. So these are the different features, guys. Really a great features. And you see the pristine and dirty, this value changes. Here we have given already here, right? This value changes gives dirty or pristine. Okay, so what I do, I give here. So here I would say console dot this dot reactive forms dot dirty. Okay, it's throwing error because syntax error, and also I would say pristine. That's it, guys. Then when I make some changes here, you can also see. Okay, valid, invalid, dirty, pristine. See, guys, dirty means true, pristine is false. So the same we can print it in our uh, TypeScript also. I mean TypeScript file. Okay. Then there is one more scenario: untouched, untouched. Based on the untouched, untouched, also we should make something. As untouched means, see, initially whatever you do in the ng on it, it is untouched. But if you want to perform some actions while while touching, see, guys, it is nothing is invoking here. Maybe I clear it. It's better I can clear it. See, guys, I focus on this. It is touched and coming out, but none of the things are reacted here. Okay, so nothing has populated here. So that means we have to make something, right? So for that we have a special event called focus. Okay, for that I come to this input, and I would say focus. Okay, and I would say on focus. This is the method we created out of this event. Then we come here and place it here, and in the console I would say user has clicked the input field. Okay, so we don't have any other default method for other statuses, for untouched, pristine, dirty, valid and invalid. For valid, invalid, pristine, dirty, so this is the only thing which we have: status changes and value changes. But for touched we have on focus. Untouched means we don't need to have anything because already we don't have touched anything. So in the ng on it itself we can perform the actions. Okay, see, guys, now at touching it, you see, guys, user has clicked the input field. Okay, so I'm coming out and clicking it again. 2 times it is clicked. Okay, it says 2 represents 2 times. Okay, that's it, guys. In this video, as I have promised, I have covered all the basic things of reactive forms. So in the upcoming next videos, I will also show you how to use form group. Okay, so now we have used only one form field, and reactive form also we have implemented. The next video we are going to use form group, guys. Okay, I request you to stay tuned and like and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you, guys. I meet you in the next video.